So this is the tutorial about wave sequencing on the WaveStation. And what is wave sequencing, or what is the wave sequencer? To explain this very simple, it's a tiny little, let's call it, program in the synthesizer that lets you play different samples in a specific order with a specific duration, and you can even crossfade them. That's the whole basic idea about the wave sequencer. So let's start by selecting a sound. It can be any sound. Press edit, clear out all the effects. Well, they are cleared out here. Exit, go to the patch itself, clear out the patch, yes, go to waves, and now you see standard dissolved EP. If you scroll with the wheel, then there are also some wave sequences there, and as you can hear, it plays the different samples in a specific order. That's the power of the wave sequencer. If you want to make one or edit one, you can't edit one in the ROM. As soon as you try to edit one in the ROM, it will give you a message. Cannot write to ROM. So beware of that. And if you select one you can edit, for instance, go to RAM bank 1, pick number 1. If you're going to edit it, it will immediately write over the existing one. It's not going to ask you to should I write it over. It simply does it. So be careful with choosing the specific wave sequence. First thing I'm going to do in the wave sequencer where we're now is I'm going to delete every step. It's done. I'm going to insert for the beginning 2 parts. I'm going to change to another sound. I'll take wave 500, and the next one will be 510 or 501. And what you hear now is this. You have selected 2 waves with a duration of 24, let's say, milliseconds, and with a crossfade of 24. So it takes 24 milliseconds before it fades out to the next one, to the next sample. Beware of that. We have a loop direction. It can go forward, and it can backwards and forwards. Set it back. The start point is start. Let's go here. Let's go back here. Start point is start from the first wave and end on the second wave, and then it will repeat the first one, and so on and so on. And reps or repetitions, inf means infinite, so if you press a key it will go on, and when you let go it stops. For starters, and there are some other functions in there. You can even set the length of how many repetitions you want, or simply off. But I will set it back to infinite for this tutorial. So I'll go back here. I added 2 sounds now, and let's add 2 more. Be careful, make sure you are on the word end if you insert new ones. So I inserted 2 again. You can see now it will sort of copy 3 and then to 4 instead of somewhere in between, so be careful with that. Okay, we have now some wave samples here. Let's change some to something different, and 4, yeah, that should be it. Now we have this, and it only did the first two waves. So now we have to go down and let's end it on wave 4, because we have 4 waves selected. Let's play it again. Okay, that seems to be reasonable. And what we also can do is change. Let's go to the X fade and No, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to change the duration to 16 and watch what happens. If I'm right, I'm going to change them all to, didn't do that. 16, press the enter, yes. 16, press enter. 16, press enter. 16, press enter. There's a tiny little pitfall. As soon as I change the duration, you can see the X phase changes completely. Why is that? Well, let's say that one sample takes 16 milliseconds to go to the next one, then you don't want an X fade of 24 milliseconds. That's ridiculous. Or make it 16 then, or 8 or 4 or 2, but never go above the duration. Does that make sense? I hope so. So they set all to 8. Now instead of 24, I gave them all a duration of 16 milliseconds. This goes faster. Now we have done that. I'm going to add a couple more, 4 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have 8. I'm going to set the endpoint also to 8, so it will play everything. And there it is. I'm going to change some of the samples just for demonstration purposes. 495, 490. Just change into something and see what it does. Right. Okay. So now we have set up 8 wave samples in the order I wanted. We can also detune, we can fine tune them, and we can select specific notes if we want. It's now set to 0. So let's let the first one be 0 and the next one, let's say 3. We set that to 0, and the 5 to 0, 7. Well, let's make that one to -12, and that back to 5. I'm just doing something, it's not really important for now. And now we have this. So with this function, you can actually completely compose a melody. That's also one of the nice features of this wave sequencing program. And yeah, and we can even change the duration of some of the sequences, some of the sounds. Let's say that one 8 and put that one in 8, just for demonstration purposes. And it sounds like this. So if I, for instance, would make a, let's say a bass pattern, I'll change it to 254. Enter. I'm going to do them all. 254. It takes a while. 54. Enter. 4. Enter. 254. Enter. 254. And oh, there's a lot of clicking. Boring. 4. Enter. So now I've set every wave to just simply saw, and listen what happens now. Bass sequence if you want, and we can also completely raise out the X fade, so it will actually play every sample without a fade. And now we have this. So you can also make a complete sequence in it and use it as an arpeggiator if you are be a bit creative. And well, of course now you have this, and it's let's go exit this for a moment. It's now written on partial. If you go back to wave sequence again, you can go to the utils, I think, yes, and you can give it a name if you want, but that's about it. It will immediately copy it over. And the reason why I shut down everything like the effects and the envelopes, and by initializing it, is as soon as you have made a wave sequence, the wave station sees the wave sequence as a single waveform. So beware of that, because as soon as we let's demonstrate that. Let's say we are going to put a string envelope on it. It will start up the first wave with a slow attack and the rest as normal. So beware of that. You cannot assign individual samples in the wave sequencer to a envelope or an LFO or a pitch. It treats the wave sequence as a single sound. Just be beware of that. Okay, let's go to the effects. I'm just going to punch in 21. No, 70. And now it sounds like this. And you can still play another sound if you another key. As soon as you start, I failed to mention that, let's go edit, batch, waves and wave sequence, because there are difference in tonations. If you start to play with it and go to another key on your keyboard, it will mess up your scale. So beware of that. It simply works like that. So if you want to make a sort of a good bass sequence, just let's change it to 12. That make minus 12. 13, 12. Come on. 0, 0. 0, minus 12, and plus 12. Now it's using the same key, only an octave higher and lower. You can play with it, of course, but remember, it will mess up your scale unless you are going for plus 12, minus 12. See, now it actually works. And these are one of the functions you can have with the wave sequencer. What can we do more? Well, this is basically it. It's nothing more than this. So if you take let's say I'm going to delete some of them. So I deleted 4 of them. 500, 501, 502, 503. Okay, now change the duration. Let's say 8 on every wave. This requires some meddling. Now it fades in again, and let's change that also to 16, so we have an equal duration, or let's turn it to 24. Really take some playing with. And let's go back. Go to macros. Now we can add a string envelope, because we fade in the wave samples, so there's already a slow fade on the samples itself, and now we can utilize a string envelope on the whole wave sequence, and it won't be so very much harsh. And let's go for let's add some effects, like a multi-tap delay, which can give you some quite nice thingies. it's a you need to play with it. But I think the message is clear. We can even use drum samples, because there are also drum samples in the wave sequence in the ROM. So let's go back to the macros and change that to normal. So that basically covers the wave sequencer.